Okay, a wee look through the section test here, just make sure you're okay with it. So first of all, the question says the derivative of this. I would always write y equals, and that's x to the quarter, then differentiate it. So again for this one, write y equals 1 over x 5, which come up as x to the minus 5, and then differentiate it. Number 3, find the gradient of this curve. So that's x to the half on the bottom, bring it up, x to the minus a half, then differentiate it. And you're told that x is 4, so differentiate it and put in x equals 4. Number 4, bring your x up, so it's 2x to the minus 1 minus 3x to the minus 2, then differentiate it, and then put in your x equals 2 point. Number 5, it's told you the gradient is 0, so it's a turning point. Again, bring that x up, so x to the minus 1, bring that x up, x to the minus 2, differentiate it. I tidied it up and put the x's back in the bottom line. Put it equal to 0. Bring that over and then cross multiply. And you can see me bringing stuff over. Factorise out your x squared rather than cancelling off earlier on, because then you could lose an answer. X is 0, but if you look back at the question, if you put 0 into that, you have x, 0 in the bottom line, which is impossible. So your answer is x equals 2. Number 6. There's your curve, just a straightforward one. Half, differentiate it, and put, you're told the gradient is 2, so put it equal to 2, and just solve it. Solve it out there. And then, when you work out your x value, substitute it back in again, or into your y to get your y value. Number 7, find the equation of a tangent. So normal process here, write out your equation formula. You are told that in number 7 here, x is 1. So x is 1, you've got to work out your y coordinate. Put them in, your x and your y. To work out your gradient, go over to the side. Remember this x has to come up. So write your y out, differentiate it, put in x equals 1, get your gradient in, and just tidy it up. Number 8, equation of a normal. So there you go, equation of a normal, there's your structure. You're told that x is 4, you've got to work out your y, then you can put your 4 and your x in. To work out the gradient, write that as x to the half, differentiate it. I tidied it up by bringing the x back in the bottom row again, put in x equals 4, and there's your gradient. So that's your m, and remember 1 over a fraction is upside down, times it by 7, and just tidying up there. Number 9, find the coordinates of the stationary as a turning point of y equals x squared minus 2 over x. Just bring that x up as a minus 1. Differentiate it. Set it equal to 0. You can see my process of going through that. Once you've got your x point, don't forget to sub it into your y to get your y coordinate. And then always find the nature. So you've got your first derivative, differentiate it again. Put in your x value, and you will see that it gives you a positive value, which means it's a minimum. And the last question, find the coordinates, the turning point again. So you've got y equals, just write that as x to the half, differentiate it, put it equal to 0, solve it, get your x, sub it in to get your y as normal, do your second derivative, sub in your x, second derivative is bigger than 0, so it's a minimum.